Okay, so I kind of went back and forth on this video on what the tone I wanted for this to be. This was initially going to be a little more just me laughing at the quite frankly ridiculous shit that came out of that recent Pokemon leak. And while I am still going to be doing that a little bit because it's hard not to when official Pokemon fucking lewd fanfic comes out, I did also want to talk about something a little more serious that I think should be discussed as part of all of this. But before I go into that, quick recap. 2 days ago now, someone managed to hack into Game Freak. Well, I say hack. What they did was ultimately trick one of their employees into falling for a phishing link, and by that they got a terabyte of data. And not just, oh, here's some design documents on upcoming games. No, here is fucking beta elements going all the way back to Gen 3, entire beta builds of the Gen 5 and Gen 6 games, a shit ton of information on future projects, including a possible trilogy that was meant to follow up the live action movie, fucking a new anime movie that's coming out like 2025 or something, and various new game projects. And while that's all been incredibly fascinating to see, it's been eclipsed by the fact that A, there is legitimate fucking Pokemon porn being being written behind the scenes at Game Freak and just being put in a vault for some fucking reason. And now that that's been out in the open, everybody has been laughing their asses off about it. And B, all this information has essentially come at the price of several hundred Game Freak employees being fucking doxxed. Not just job information, but home addresses, personal information, everything you can fucking think of, just out there in the world now because someone managed to fucking get into Game Freak servers. And that's ultimately what I wanted to talk about most out of anything during this whole debacle. This is not only a huge blunder on the part of Game Freak that may have put several of its employees at fucking risk, this is also the latest in a series of quote-unquote hacks against large-scale game developers that only seem to succeed because these companies have little to no cybersecurity training. Just last year, Insomniac Games was hacked in almost the exact same fashion, and what do you know? Not only did a shit ton of information on unannounced projects come out, but a bunch of employees got doxxed with their personal information getting spread all over the internet because they didn't bother to take cybersecurity seriously. Back in 2021, Nintendo was hacked in a similar fashion, and again, the same result. For as both deeply fascinating and admittedly humorous as the information from these hacks has been, part of me hopes that these massive industry leaks happening again and again are eventually going to push these companies to invest more in protecting not only their own data, but the data of their employees and the data they more often than not ask us to hand over to them when we interact with their products and services. Because make no mistake, these companies will keep as much information on you as possible to sell to advertisers and other companies, all just to make another quick buck. And if they're going to do that, at the very least, I want to know that information is somewhat safe and can't just get out there because one fucking employee made a mistake. That's kind of worrying. So that's all I wanted to talk about. This is going to be kind of a short video, just something I put out there just some rambling I put out there that my brain's been thinking about ever since all this shit went down. Honestly, between this and what happened to the Internet Archive a few days ago where a bunch of people's emails got leaked because that also got hacked, I probably want to make a bigger video on people's data and why you need to be careful with cybersecurity in this day and age, but I already have too many fucking projects in the air as it is, so who knows, that'll be something for the back burner. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because that's been floating around in my brain meat for a little bit ever since this happened. But no, what are your thoughts on the Pokemon leak? Are you excited and or humored by any of the shit that came out? Are you worried about, data getting out there and the fact that it does feel like so many companies are lax with their security, at least their cybersecurity? Let me know in the comments. Still working on the Zelda review, and I'm also working on a video version of my John Clare 2 review. That'll be done soon. Till then, crank up the noise.